guys, I hope you're well and had a splendid week so far. So, today we're speaking about the importance of celebrating your small wins. Most of the time, as human beings, we get caught up in the habit of focusing so much on the end goal that we forget to actually embrace the journey and make the most of it. So, yes, all of us have blueprints of where we want to be, who we want to be, what we want to do, and all sorts of goals that direct our activities and where we channel our energies every day. But the problem comes when your focus is solely on the destination and you neglect the journey. What happens when you neglect the importance of celebrating every step of the way that you take is that you end up living a very sad life. So instead of being happy and proud of yourself for what you achieve along the way, you constantly look at what you didn't achieve, and that gives you a lot of suffering. So for most people, disappointment is the difference between what you expect and reality. So, what we know is that we already all have goals of what we need to attain, but that shouldn't stop you from celebrating and enjoying your life every single day. If this is you, if you feel like you've been caught up in this loop of constantly focusing on what you haven't accomplished yet, such that you forget what you already have, then this video will certainly help you to reframe your mindset. Okay, so we imagine happiness as this end goal, this destination, that I need to reach, and then I'm going to be suddenly so happy and feel good about myself. But oftentimes, that's not actually how life unfolds. When you think about a lot of movies that people have acted on, there's actually stories about this. For example, I watched the movie Soul, Soul. It's amazing. It's animated, but the message behind it is tremendously powerful. So basically, there's this middle school teacher, and he was in love with jazz. He just wanted to be a jazz pianist, and he felt stuck in this lifestyle where he was a middle school teacher, feeling unfulfilled, feeling like he's living way below his potential and the job title that he wanted. So his goal was just I need to be a jazz player. I need to get out of this lifestyle that's suffocating me. So he was very unhappy, and his focus was constantly on how can I be that jazz pianist. So one day, whilst he was preparing to audition for that job post, he died. So when he died and realized that he died, he was like, oh, no, 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 no. This is not the time to be dying. I need to go back to earth and fulfill my purpose. My spark is being a jazz pianist, and I just need to get this job. Don't you get it? I've lived my whole life to get this job. Finally, I will get a chance to be happy, and you take that away from me. So I was so determined to go back to earth and be alive and get that audition, smash it, and get the post. And he met someone else who was completely like out of it, like the other person was just like, no, I don't understand why you're so excited about being alive. But long story short, he managed to get the chance to go back to planet earth. He got his audition, and when he got the job, he didn't feel the way he thought he was going to feel all these years. So in his head, he had imagined this whole reality whereby I'm going to be this jazz pianist, I'm going to get this job and be super successful and be so happy and fulfilled. But when it actually happened, he didn't feel that different. He was just so disappointed and underwhelmed, because it was like, wait, I've literally lived my whole life just to have this, and I finally have it, and it doesn't even feel as good as I thought it would feel. So his heart obviously sank. And when he shared, these thoughts with the person that hired him, she was just like, let me tell you a story. There was a fish, and that fish kept saying, man, I want to see the ocean. And then the fish that the fish was talking to us said, well, you are already in the ocean. You are in the ocean. And then the fish was like, no, you don't get it. I want to see the ocean. I want to be in the ocean. And then the fish was just like not getting it at all. So to the fish, the fish was thinking, no, but this is water. I'm in water. I want the ocean. And that fish's perception actually hindered the fish from being able to enjoy what the fish already had. It was already in the ocean. It just didn't perceive reality that way. So I believe for most of us, actually, this is our reality. We believe that when you attain some imagined goal that you have, then that is when you're going to be so happy. But that shouldn't be how life ought to be. Even, like our creator who gave us this gift of life, I don't think you'd be happy to see you postponing your happiness to a time when, I don't know, you achieve some goal that you have in mind. So basically, we have to learn to realize that life is what's happening to us whilst we're in the midst of making all these plans. And even when we do attain those goals that we think will give us happiness, most of the times we'll realize that there's always going to be something else that's waiting for us to accomplish. So essentially, human beings are very insatiable. The moment you achieve one goal, your self-actualization needs will continue to prompt you to want to achieve the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So if your life is based on, I just need to achieve these 1, 2, 3 things and then I'll be happy, then chances are you're going to live most of your life unhappy, because those things might not come to you as fast as you want them to, and sometimes you might not be able to achieve them because you are under appreciating what you already have. So what you're already going through now, whatever lifestyle you're living, whatever experiences you're having, they can mold you and help you to attain the big grandiose goals that you have. But if you are, disconnected from your present life and just tuned into that reality you think you need to be experiencing, then it's very difficult for you to seize the opportunities that are all across you wherever you are. So it's very important that we always remember to appreciate what we already have. Appreciate the version of yourself that you already are today, because there's going to be different versions of you that life would demand you to be. So if you don't allow yourself to celebrate where you are now, then it's like, that's a problem, because that also shows a lack of self-love. So it's very important to embrace where you are. Be aware of what you already have more than you are aware of what you don't have, because when we bring our awareness to what we already have, it allows us to be very grateful, very cognizant of the beauty that's already there in our lives. So yes, do not forget to celebrate your small wins. You might have weekly goals, but don't wait to be happy until you fulfill those weekly goals. Start celebrating your daily goals, the things that you've done right today, the things that you've done right this morning, the fact that maybe you woke up early and you're not a morning person like me. That's something to celebrate and embrace and really enjoy. So I really do believe that people take themselves for granted so much, and they're so hard on themselves, and it's so sad to watch how humanity is just sinking in this spiral, or rather trend, of just having unrealistic expectations on ourselves. And it's just like, why can't we just chill and appreciate life and just celebrate who we are and just celebrate what we already have and stop imposing all these unrealistic expectations on ourselves? So I do believe that this is really the way to channel a lot of happiness, a lot of contentness into our daily lives. Because what happens is, if you don't cultivate that mindset of gratitude, that mindset of appreciating all the good things that you're already doing right, even the failures, they're there to teach us something, then it's very difficult to actually be a positive person. So let's be intentionally, mindful about every win that we have along the journey, and seize it, celebrate it. Take a moment, breathe, and just learn to appreciate the effort you're already making. Think about it this way. Have you noticed that if you want to try to change someone and you criticize them and, just focus on what they didn't do right, chances are they're not going to be motivated to change. But if you encourage someone and make your focus what they are doing right and compliment them for what they're doing right, that's going to inspire them to even do better, even more. So that's also the approach that you should have for yourself. You can't be living a life of constantly criticizing yourself and not allowing yourself the opportunity to just embrace who you are today and celebrating what you've already accomplished along the way. So don't forget to embrace all those milestones, make beautiful memories, and remember that the more you are filled with gratitude, the more opportunities magnet and attract to you, and that way you'll be able to grow, and whatever big picture you have will be accomplished a lot faster than you ever imagined. Why? Because you'll be presently radiating so much positive energy. So yes, thank you guys. I hope you have a good week, and I shall see you next week. Bye bye.